He's quick, he's twitchy, and he's oh so fun to watch. Grab your clicker and stick around, because we're going to be jumping into the ITG Film Room to see what West Virginia is getting in running back Cam Cook, college football's reigning rushing champion, on today's episode of In the Gun.
This is an ITG special presentation.
Welcome to it, folks. I'm Jed Drenning, and you are In the Gun. Imagine if Quincy Wilson programmed an Adrian Morrell robot to build an Avon Coburn replica. The result might look like, or at least play a lot like, the 5'9" dynamo who will be toting the rock in a number 4 jersey at Mountaineer Field this fall. After spending 2 years in the Big 12 at TCU, one of which saw him lead the Frogs with 9 rushing touchdowns, Cam Cook transferred to Jacksonville State last season. In 1 year with the Gamecocks, Cook eclipsed the 100-yard mark 10 times and led the nation in rushing with 1,659 yards. His stock took off, and on January 6th, he committed to West Virginia out of the portal. In Morgantown, he was reunited with his Jack State O-line coach, Rick Trickett, and 40% of the JSU O-line that he played behind, as Bubba Grayson and Cam Griffin are now Mountaineers as well. It stands to reason that one of the biggest questions this offseason from an excited Mountaineer Nation has been exactly what is WVU getting in Cook? In this Film Room series, we're going to discuss what Cam Cook is and what he isn't, and we're going to break down clips of a few of the key attributes that define his exceptional play. With Cam Cook, it all starts with his vision. In the game of football, it's a requisite for all elite runners. It's the ball carrier's equivalency to accuracy by a quarterback. It doesn't matter if a signal caller has a howitzer attached to his shoulder if he can't hit a target with it. Similarly, a running back can be powerful or have great speed, but never reach his full potential if he's constantly careening into heavy traffic instead of finding space. Instinct, intuition, clairvoyance, call it whatever you want. It's a runner's sense of spatial awareness, their ability to quickly identify what's going on around them right now and in the milliseconds to come that helps them find daylight. This is what enables highly productive runners of the football to navigate away from defenders and into space. The greats are born with it. Coaching can enhance it, coaching can help develop it, but coaching can't create it. It's my guess it was that same eyes in the back of his head spidey sense that Cam Cook used to help his flag football team win a championship at just 5 years old. In short, vision is a ball carrier's ability to instantly process space and find the path of least resistance. This skill is critical for a runner in any system, but within the design of zone blocking schemes, which Cook was executing on about 75% of his carries at Jack State, and which West Virginia leans into so heavily in Coach Rod's power spread, it can be especially lethal. Instead of trying to just physically overwhelm a defender, zone concepts forge running lanes dynamically, empowering an offensive line to flush a defense toward its own instinctive reactions and, in turn, use those reactions against it. Zone blocking prioritizes movement over physically dominating one spot, putting a runner with great vision like Cam Cook in position to seize on multiple creases or bounce options on any given play. It's literally the perfect system to weaponize Cam Cook's skill set. Now, you're going to want to stick around because after this quick break, we're going to jump straight into the ITG Film Room. You better have your popcorn ready. And we're going to take a look at what Cam Cook did at TCU, what Cam Cook did last year as the nation's leading rusher at Jacksonville State, and consider how that might fit into Coach Rod's power spread scheme in Morgantown. You are In the Gun.
This is the big one. Come on across the Star City Bridge and on up the hill.
Before kickoff or after a big win, stop by Mountain State Brewing Company in Star City, conveniently located on Mond Boulevard, right down the hill from the Coliseum. West Virginia born and brewed beers on tap, artisan pizza with house-made dough, dessert pizza for the kids, and the best wings in Morgantown, all making for the perfect family-friendly spot for pregame, postgame, or anytime. Come on home to Mountain State Brewing Company in Star City, right near all the action, and celebrate the Mountain State way.
We now return to the ITG Film Room, brought to you by the Mountain State Brewing Company.
Welcome back to ITG. We were discussing before the break zone schemes and how they helped Cam Cook maximize his combination of vision and burst at Jacksonville State last year to help lead the nation in rushing. Well, we're going to jump right into the ITG film room here and take a look at some examples of Cam Cook's vision on display. And the question is, will we see him seize on these abilities in similar fashion this fall in Coach Rod's system? All right, TCU facing Texas Tech 2 years ago at Amon G. Carter Stadium in Fort Worth, where Cam Cook spent the first 2 years of his college career. Let's jump right in and take a look as Cook takes the handoff in the gun on an inside zone play. Cook shows patience as the play develops, waiting to see if his right guard will detach from the double team on the nose guard to seal off Tech linebacker Malcolm Rodriguez. If so, Cook will likely brush off the center's block on the nose to head due north. But the guard is still occupied and unable to release toward the backer fast enough to clear this path for Cook. Recognizing this, Cook calmly plants his right foot and scans the easier access cutback path to his left, a course that will allow him to capitalize on the kickout block by his left tackle while also steering wide of Rodriguez or any other Red Raiders defenders who might spill in from the call side of the play. Cook's vision helps him quickly escape traffic to pick up a nice chunk for a TCU first down. Now let's take a look at TCU inside the 20 against Oklahoma State 2 years ago. Facing the Cowboys' 4-2-5 umbrella, the Frogs set up with a fullback, almost cheating up into a wing position, and isolate him against the play side linebacker. The wing crashes on the backer, providing a seal that appears to create an open path for Cam Cook in the strong side B gap between the guard and the tackle. But Tech safety Jordan Sanford is flying downhill, hell-bent for leather to fit the gap. Sensing this lane is about to be sealed off, Cook plants a toe and looks back to his right in search of daylight. And with the backside of the Raiders' defense over-pursuing against the initial flow of the play, Cook finds plenty of daylight. Cook hip shakes a 250-pound Tech linebacker and hits the gas, accelerating toward the near pylon and into the end zone. This is a perfect example of Cam Cook making the difficult look easy. Here, he combined incredible field vision, quickness, and lower body strength to transform a play that could have been a defensive win into a touchdown scamper with barely a finger laid on it. Let's jump to Jacksonville State with the football in the red zone, trying to pound Cam Cook between the tackles in a battle of wills. With the second level of the defense converging on the rugby scrum taking shape in the center of the field, Cook immediately sees that Sam Houston has lost contain into the boundary. In a flash, he plants a toe and redirects outside the mess, bouncing to the short side and waltzing into the end zone untouched. Now here, Jack State goes with two big tackles to the right and hits Delaware with a split zone inside the 10. The Gamecocks wingback whiffs, but Cam Cook manages to get north quickly and punch it into the end zone. A closer look reveals something a little more subtle on Cook's part than simply a dive play for an easy score. Cook is keying his movement off his tackle's block on number 35, linebacker Gavin Moole, the Blue Hens' leading tackler. When Cook receives the handoff, he first considers firing up through the play side B gap between his right guard and one of those two big offensive tackles. But just as Cook sees his tackle seal the backer into the middle, he shuffles his feet and changes course through C gap, off the outside shoulder of the down blocking tackle and straight into the air where he crosses the goal line and hits pay dirt. Here, TCU is out in Palo Alto, California, second and goal inside the Stanford 10. Stanford slants its front into the boundary as the Frogs offer up a pin and pull look. This combination is going to result in Cam Cook cutting all the way back inside the backside defensive end and the field tackle. Stanford's boundary end is left unblocked by the zone scheme, but is targeted on a kickout block by the pulling left guard. Taking the ball to the left, Cam Cook knows this creates full flow into the short side of the field, and he watches the Stanford defense pursue with vigor. Over-pursue, actually. Cook stops on a dime, planting a foot and surveying his cutback options. With little room to operate, Cook escapes the phone booth and spots the closest thing to a crease in the Cardinal defense he's going to find. He bursts upfield and with a series of quick jab steps, navigates his way to the 3-yard line, where he goes airborne like a loaded spring and lands in the end zone for the TCU touchdown. Sometimes ball carriers simply have to find a way to create. The great ones have that on demand, the ability to avert disaster and make something out of nothing. Against a Stanford defense that slanted into the call side of this TCU zone play, that's exactly what Cam Cook was able to pull off, lifting the Frogs to a score on a play that could easily have been for no gain or even a tackle for loss. Sometimes great vision for a runner simply means understanding the angles and being decisive. With the ball on the left hash against a soft box, TCU blocks down, folding the Long Island front to the backside and opening a gaping hole off tackle for Cam Cook. As Cook bounces the ball and explodes upfield, looking to climb into the second level of the Sharks' defense, he sees the field safety from LIU's 3-safety shell converging on him to clog the lane. Diagnosing this before it plays out, Cook plants his foot and bounces the ball again, this time breaching the perimeter of the Long Island defense, where he scoots up the sideline for a TCU first down. As a high schooler in Texas, Cam Cook won the district championship with a long jump of nearly 22.5 feet. That lower body explosiveness directly translates to his game. It can be seen in the incredible burst he showcases nearly every time he touches the football. Let's jump back into the film room for a deeper look at the other skill that makes Cam Cook so dangerous, his burst. Cam Cook's burst is on display here as TCU goes gap scheme from their own 23 against Houston, with double pullers looking to pave the way for Cook. One of those pullers, the right guard, is bent on kicking out the Cougars' field end, who is charging hard upfield. Cook sees this and reacts accordingly, cutting inside the block and finding shade behind the other towering puller from the left guard spot. As that puller works his way outside, Cook works with him, bouncing the ball outside the hash before planting a toe and getting north into the Houston secondary. There, Cook is immediately confronted by Cougars defensive back A.J. Halsey. Cook digs in with one foot and cuts back inside again, sending Halsey sliding harmlessly past him as he crosses the 40-yard line on a nice pickup for the Frogs. 4 cuts in the span of 4 seconds, each leaving a defender in the wake. That's the kind of short area burst and quick hips that make Cam Cook so dangerous. TCU in the red zone against Long Island. Putting to good use his enhanced view from the pistol, Cam Cook takes the handoff and spots a backside crease through the Sharks' defense. It's an inviting cutback option into the boundary, but it comes with a warning tag. 2 unblocked defenders outside the hash to that short side of the field. An inviting proposition only for those armed with top-shelf quickness. Cook doesn't hesitate. He attacks the unblocked cornerback head-on, breaking him down, then using his burst to beat him to the edge, where he also wins the race against the LIU safety, driving toward the pylon with the outstretched football for a Frogs touchdown. A quick decision punctuated by an even quicker cut by Cook, showcasing the skills that make him such a formidable weapon in the red zone. Jacksonville State last year, operating from their own 25 with the ball on the left hash on the road at UTEP. The Gamecocks trade the strength of their formation to the right with a quads look, and Miners defensive lineman Shaquan Bowser is about to get busy with some pre-snap games. At 6'5", 255 pounds, Bowser is a sizable defender with enough twitch to get your attention. Starting in a 5 technique over the outside shoulder of the Jack State right tackle, Bowser toys with his alignment before the snap. First, he'll slide briefly over the inside shoulder of the tackle, occupying what's called a 4-eye technique. Then he bumps back out, heads up over the tackle in a straight 4 technique. This movement and spacing matters more than normal in this particular sequence because the Gamecocks are about to pull both the tackle and guard away from that side and ask the center to reach Bowser and seal him off. A tough block under any circumstances. Tough enough that Bowser beats the center upfield and penetrates just as Cam Cook is trying to escape to that side with the football. So strong is Bowser's push that Cook is forced to lose ground from the 21-yard line back to the 19 to buy enough space to slip past him. But with a quick burst, Cook does just that. A half step slower and Bowser might have had him on the carpet for a 4-yard loss. Instead, Cook's quickness leaves Bowser face first in the turf as Cam turns on a dime to get back north. Cook regains his momentum and looks to slice neatly between the pair of stock blocks taking place on the perimeter. He does so and breaks free into the UTEP secondary, bobbing and spinning and shaking free of more would-be tacklers on his way for a huge pickup of 50-plus yards. All right, folks, that's it for this one, but be on the lookout for the other installments right here in the film room breaking down Cam Cook's game because they'll be coming your way very soon. Also, please be sure to comment and subscribe. Hit that sub button. Just takes a second. We say it all the time. Trust us, it really does help us out. Thanks for watching and or listening, and remember to be an ear and tell an ear about your new favorite WVU football podcast. You've been in the gun.
The fun doesn't have to stop here.
Be sure to hit subscribe and never miss an episode.
This mission is over. It's over.